Just as I was finally healing from months of mental health treatment, my dad and stepmom blindsided me with a betrayal that made me question everything I thought I knew about family. I've never used Reddit before, but I'm genuinely unsure what to do in this situation. I'm 22 years old, my dad is 50, and my stepmom is 47. I've struggled with mental health problems my entire life, and last year things got particularly bad, leading to months of treatment. I was in family therapy with my dad at one point, as we've had significant differences for many years. Since I returned from treatment, my dad and stepmom have been very insistent that I get a job, which I've now had for months, and I'm proud of myself for that, and move out. I don't have a problem with this, as it would be great to work towards finally being stable enough to live on my own. However, a couple of months ago, my dad and stepmom sat me down in the living room and presented me with a contract. The contract included many things I honestly don't mind, like getting a job and doing chores, but then it stated I needed to be out of the house by January 1st. This immediately threw me off because I've told my dad multiple times that time crunches, especially with major life changes, can really trigger me and cause me to spiral. Of course, I know this is my issue to manage, and I am actively working on improving my emotional regulation, which has been a struggle for years. I was honestly completely blindsided. I wasn't sure what to do, and my brain immediately just shut down. This often happens when my dad and I have any sort of conversation. My brain immediately goes into dissociation, which frustrates me endlessly because I become unable to truly talk or think. After presenting the contract, they made me sign it. My therapist and case manager both agreed this was a bit extreme, but I wasn't really sure how to feel. Anyway, fast forward to about 2 weeks ago. My dad called me as I was heading to work and started saying a bunch of hurtful things. During the call, which, if I'm being honest, was mostly him talking at me about things I do that upset him, a very normal phone call for us. But then he said that if I moved in with my mom, he would consider that a failure. That made me snap slightly. This is where I said something along the lines of, well, you don't get to have an opinion like that when you blindsided me with your contract. I also know I told him what he said was mean. I know I shouldn't have snapped at him. I can totally see how I might be an asshole for that. But when I got home from work, both he and my stepmom said that my comment was very hurtful and that I shouldn't have been blindsided, claiming I should have seen this coming. The three of us have talked about me moving out before, as my dad always says he doesn't want me living with him until I'm 30, which makes no sense to me, but okay. I also wouldn't like to live with him until I'm 30. If I'm being honest, I don't even want to live with him now. I'm unsure what to do, as they've both been mad at me. So, am I the asshole? Being blindsided by family can be incredibly disorienting. What's your take on whether they were justified in feeling this way? And what advice would you offer for navigating such a profound betrayal?